Hey folks, how's it going? Turn that off. There we go. Welcome to Crash Desktop. I am back again. I just want to reposition that a little bit. We might fiddle with that once we get in here. Let's get into the cockpit. And I'm back. I'm in VR again. I think I am going to fiddle with that. Position of this window here real quick while we load. We'll need these for that. Yep, playing Microsoft Flight Simulator in VR. It's so good. It's just so good. I was having too much fun yesterday. And so here we are. Put that like right there, a little bit less neck craning. Okay, good. Those are off. Lovely weather we're having. I think we're going to change that. Also, we're going to change my position here because this ain't good. So let's get to doing that. Here. A little further. That's a little more like it. I don't, you know what I think it did? Yeah, it kept the same time of day. Whatever. This is live weather, and it's not great out, so we're going to make it clear skies. So I'm going to do some practice, as I frequently do at my local glider port. And we'll do a couple of takeoff and landing practices, and then we'll go do some things. I wanted to try the startup for this plane, too. So let's do that. I want to do more of these. I need to get more into the like nitty-gritty of operating these bad boys. Before starting engine.
Parking brake. Set. Fuel selector. Full S tank.
Okay. Cool. That's all you got to do before you start the engine. Okay, sure. Let's see.
Battery switch. On.
There we go.
Mixture. Rich. Ignition switches.
Let's see, we've got left and right hand ignition.
On. Alternator field. On. PROP speed control lever. Max RPM.
Yep.
Throttle.
Open a 1/4 inch.
Open 1/4 inch. Starter.
And that's about all there is to it. What a nice plane.
Engage. Throttle.
You want 1,000 RPM? Where's my engine? Come on. There's another step we need to do. I was flying a jet yesterday and I had the volume turned way the heck down, so let's fix that real quick. Oh, I didn't like to do that one. That should make it a little better.
Adjust 1,000 RPM. Oil pressure. Check.
Where is the oil pressure gauge on this bad boy anyway? There it is. It's in the green. Just peeking out, checking that my stuff's working. Yeah, we're looking good.
Lights. As required. Avionics master switch. On. Parking brake. Release.
That looks pretty good. Say we have a started plane. All right. I'm actually gonna I feel like it's still quiet. Anybody else feel like that's really quiet? I'm gonna check this. Probably because I'm monitoring. This is where it gets a little messy. No? Just quiet. We can turn it up more. I think I turned off the spatial sound too, which I don't rightly care. I'm just gonna leave that on. It does good anyway. Yeah, heck with it. Okay. Turn that off. All right, let's get this thing in here. A lot of people around in the area today. All right, let's do this. And away we go. Gosh. All right, this is great. VR, man. So good. All right, we're gonna level off about here. Okay, looking pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna fly over the field, go out here, and we'll come around and we'll kind of descend and get ready to land. And there's the plane. Okay. Coming around. little more over. There we go.
$500.
Probably too close to the field. Could be out over that one, but that's okay. This thing can turn pretty sharp. Alright, we're gonna do our final tier of flaps. Yep, we're at full. Coming about. A little low, I think, but that's okay. Actually not bad. Get over a little bit. Nope, we're still flying. We're bouncing. That was terrible. That was a terrible landing. I have a hard time with this particular plane. Something seems to absolutely have murdered my frame rate. I'm not sure what. Like, it's really bad. What is going on here? Let me see something. Come on. There we go. Maybe? Maybe not. That should be just barely capable of this. I don't know why I'm having so many problems right now. It's really weird. I'm gonna hide this real quick. I need to do something. Okay. Sorry about that. Put that away now. Really? I don't know why that was going so poorly there. Let's see. I think it's just this plane. I've noticed that before too with this plane. It seems to have some issues near the ground as far as the frame rates. We're gonna go up and do another one. I gotta work on landing this plane. Wish I could find a good manual for it, but these guys are really stingy with their manuals. Can't get them anywhere. You have to call them, and I assume you're gonna have to pay for it. So if you want to just know how to fly it in a simulator, you're kind of SOL unless you can find one somebody wrote up. Okay, brakes are off. I'll bring this around. Okay, good. All right, let's get this thing in the air. And the ground effect for a little bit. Flaps are up. Excellent. Hey. That's awesome. Well, there you go. Nah, there's gonna be plenty of other bikes. Especially in the coming weeks. Actually went and looked at one today for a friend of mine, and it was nice, but there were a couple things with it I was kind of like, we're gonna end up having to work on that, and might as well wait, see what else pops up in the next week or two. There's gonna start being a lot. I don't know. If I was you, you've expressed that you're not sure you want to do like a full-on sport bike anymore, but you've got a history with sport bikes. Why not look at like some naked sports, something a little more upright posture. They're usually they're tuned a little bit different, where they're more a little bit low-end power and less high-end speed. And all the ones I've ever ridden on have been just great for cruising around. That might be something to look into. Yeah, that's a bit. I don't know what they're worth, but they hold their value really well. So I was figuring that was maybe off. Yeah, that sounds more correct. Bike has a bit of a cult following. I really need to turn those little pop-ups off. I don't know. I forgot to look for that last night. I don't know where the heck that is. All right, we're gonna level off. Get down to like 2300 RPM. Or whatever that ends up being. There we go. Okay. There's where we're going. I looked at an old 1994 Moto Guzzi, California. Buddy is looking for like an, excuse me, an entry-level bike. And the price was right. He's got a tight budget to work with, which means lots of Honda Shadows and early 2000s Yamaha cruisers. But sometimes there's interesting 90s bikes that pop up. But I looked at it and I liked it. Like personally, I think it'd be a good starter bike. But it had some stuff I think we'd have to work on in the next year. And I don't know if he's going to want to deal with it. The guy works his ass off all the time. And he deserves a break to get to go enjoy some stuff without a headache. And I think he'd probably be better served maybe going after early 2000s like Shadow or something along those lines. That's not going to give him any trouble for a while. So I told him, let's wait and see what pops up in the next week or two. But it might still end up being the bike he gets. It's not a bad machine. I feel like this plane in particular causes frame rate issues. I don't know. None of the other planes I flew yesterday was giving me the fits like this one. It is not running well right now. Not even a bit. It's going to limit how long I can play this if it keeps being bad frame rate. But in that like 5,000 price range, well, you can find all kinds of bikes, man. There's gonna be all kinds of good, like mid-size, sporty bikes from like the last decade or so. Maybe about 10 years ago, maybe a little longer, that are gonna be really awesome in that price range. Alright, we're gonna start descending now. Yeah, those. Oh boy, in my dreams, man. That's a cool machine. That's a really cool machine. I really want to boost this someday. I'm honestly a huge fan. Just in general, like it's an awesome machine. But I'm biased towards heavy sport bikes. So it's kind of right up my alley. How are we doing here? We need to descend more. That'll work on controlling this aircraft. on landing, I'm constantly having a hard time putting the thing on the ground. I wonder how the new ones will be. They just came out with the new model line. Of course, that staying in the shop could have something to do with people doing wacky stuff to him constantly. Alright, we're gonna back the throttle off, speed the RPMs up. Start thinking about getting this thing on the ground. I'll put some flaps down. Oof. That's an expensive machine. See, there we go. The frame rate just stabilized. I'm getting like waves of bad frame rate, and I don't know why. I'm way too high here. I'm gonna need to really slow this up. I think, and maybe I'm just being paranoid, I got my computer yelling at me about doing a system update. I think my computer is
500.
misbehaving. That's what I think. So that I'll restart it so it can do an update. Way wide, way wide. Bad landings. That's okay. That was better. Nah. Again, I'm basically pushing my computer as far as it'll go just to do this. So I got to deal with some poor performance, that's for sure. So that was pretty good. I'll tell you what though. Oh my god. Is that in their money, or is it literally that much to get one imported? Because that's crazy. That is absolutely bonkers. You see something here. You know what would really help would be if I turned off the preview here in my thing. That actually eats up resources. That might be hindering me. Oh, look at that. It got better the moment I did that. Okay. That was our problem. I had that on still. I bet you it works a lot better now. There we go. We're gonna turn that off for now. Jeez, dude, that's crazy. I don't know about that. Okay. So, the reason I was practicing that plane is there's actually somewhere I want to go. And I want to see how it looks in VR, and it's like a really fun bush flight, but I need to practice that plane so I can get good at landing it. Which it seems like you gotta go pretty slow on your landing if you want it to do it well. But what was the name of the airport? There's a airport I want to go check out. Let me pull this up. It's 2MT1 Ryan Field, and it's like right by Glacier National Park. Yeah, that thing is kind of ridiculous. I don't know all the specs on it beyond just it's ridiculous, but I know it's pretty crazy. You know what? We should be fine with just a bit of fuel. We don't need a full tank. What did I say it was? 2MT1? Okay. What kind of winds do we got here? I wonder why they've never bothered to fix this. So here's the thing. Notice that when you zoom out, you get the whole world map, and then you zoom in, you get the IFR map. And it really, in my opinion, should be the opposite. But I also think the default should just be satellite, and you should have to pick it. So I think it's kind of silly on this map thing. It's just goofy. All right, there's like no wind. That's pretty good. And there's a couple of airfields we could try to land at. Yeah, that thing is pretty ridiculous. That was a very fun bike. I barely got to do anything with it compared to what it can do. But it was very cool to ride. Alright, we're gonna close that. I wanna go see what Glacier National Park looks like. We're gonna do live weather. We'll do live time, but I feel like it's gonna tell us it's way later than it actually is. I don't know, I find the game has a tendency to make it sunlight later than it really is. This game may not obey daylight savings time, for all we know. But if this plane keeps giving us fits, I'm just gonna do something different. Wow, that's pretty. Dang. Okay. Okay. Everything's set and ready to go. What's our current altitude? 3810. We're gonna need to lean this once we get it into the air. Let's take off. We're running out of airstrip here. Nah. Come on. A wacky plan. Our flaps up. Ain't that pretty. It could also just be this glass cockpit. Glass cockpit is hard to do. No, I've actually got joystick and throttle, like a HOTAS setup at the moment. I have Cytec X52. I think I'm gonna go get one of the gauge planes and see if that works better, because this frame rate's sucking, and I if it's not that, then we're having problems. So I have a Cytec X52 HOTAS setup, so a joystick and throttle. I have pedals under there. And then obviously the VR right now, or the head tracking if I'm not using VR. And then I have a Honeycomb Alpha yoke for yoke airplanes. Does it remember? Oops, didn't mean to do that. I can't even imagine playing this with a mouse and keyboard. This would be brutal. Absolutely brutal. That looks good. Alright, we're gonna try that again. So this is just a normal Cub, not anywhere near as quick, but at least it's gauges and not a glass cockpit. We'll try it. Okay. Well, I can already tell it's more stable. Although I'm a little... There we go, that's better. You gotta, like, get different centerings in different airplanes. It's kind of weird. That's better. Get this bird in the air. Oh, there we go. Getting y'all. There we go. We're near. Stand ground effect. That's running a lot better. Still not great, but only so much we can do. The flaps away. Good, they're away. I'm gonna lean this. I don't even know. Do we lean this? What is that? That's choke. This doesn't even have leaning? Really? Yeah, apparently not. That's funny. This plane works so much better, though. Goodness gracious. Alright. Now we're away. Let's fly into Glacier National Park and see what it looks like. Let's see, we start about 3,800. We're at about 5,000 feet. Let's level off soon. Okay. Trying to get this thing trimmed in. Trim controls in this are still kind of derpy, honestly. This looks so good. How nice. Where's my fuel anyway? I don't know where it is. I'll have to get some pictures of my setup or something sometime. I think we can throttle way the hell down. We're going way too fast. Let's bring that tack down. There we go. Now we're in the green. We can level out slightly. Not bad. Somebody out there. That says, what is that, a Cessna 208? That's a good plane for this. I'll tell you what, bush planes and VR, that's where it's at. Some bush flights in. Excuse me. Didn't mean to gulp that quite so hard. Thirsty. It's thirsty work. Now I know from doing this before that this rises rather precipitously, so we're gonna have to be careful with that. There's like a ridge we gotta go over, and then it'll be really cool. There's actually a road up here in the park area. There's like a little marina down there, or dock of some sort on this beautiful lake. Good God. How cool. Man, this is just not bad. Don't get me wrong, it could be prettier, but pretty great. There's actually a road up here in the park area, though, that I'd love to ride a motorcycle on someday. Be one hell of a tour to get there, though. This is, what, Glacier National Park, so it's pretty far away from where I am. Not that way. That would be hard. I think in real life you wouldn't necessarily come down here like this in between mountains. It's just not a great plan. But that's okay. This is not real life. Ridge we got to get over is over here. I don't remember how tall it is, so we're gonna need to maybe think about increasing that tack a bit. Doing some climbing. Bring it up to 5,000. Well, that'll do it. I'm just going to maintain speed and let it climb us. We've increased our power. We're maintaining the same speed we were already going, but because of the increased power, we are getting some altitude. Because that increase in power allowed us to pitch the nose up a bit. Man, you'd be cramped up in this little cockpit. Goodness gracious. I don't even know. I mean, look how... Because my legs are way down here because of the way I'm sitting in my chair, but in this thing, you'd be like, your legs would be up here. You'd be basically in a fetal position trying to fit in this thing. It's kind of nuts. Very, very compact little plane. Alright, we're gonna go around this mountain here. I think this line is the road that I was talking about. It's just not very well... Yeah, it is. That's the road. And it runs along this mountain ridge here. And how crazy is that? That was pretty well timed with our increasing power there. That gave us just the amount of altitude we needed. Ooh. We're getting like wind pushing us off of this thing. That's pretty cool. Bring our tack back down here. We're back down at 4,500. Yeah, we're getting a lot of wind pushing us around off these mountain faces. That's pretty rad. All right, I think I'm going to descend into this valley, so we're going to drop another 500 RPMs or so. And do the exact same thing. But yeah, this road over here, I think it's like called the Going to the Sun Road or something along those lines. And it's just this amazing curvy ridgeline road. And you'll see that it goes past like a big, beautiful mountain lake. What's up? Get our nose down a little bit. There we go. Keep maintaining that speed. What's that light? Is that sunlight? I can't even tell. Huh. All right. Let's descend a fair bit. Well, there you go. I mean, that was a decent price then, but you lucked out not buying the messed up one. So that works out. This lake opens up onto a big wide plain and then a ridge line, and then you come kind of into a different region. But we'll turn about at this other mountain valley and then come around and fly back. Water unfortunately doesn't look great in VR. Reflection-wise, it makes me sad because the reflections in this game are pretty impressive. But what can you do? Sounds like a Joker quote to me. There we go. All right, we're gonna control that nose coming up. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna risk something here. Graphically, where's the reflection quality? I don't know if that's terrain reflections or not. It is! Hey, that's a little better. It's not great. But it gets it across better now. Look at that. That's way better. Okay, I'll take that. It didn't seem to hurt my frame rate either. Although it's doing weird things. We may want to turn it up to medium. Because it's doing this like weird pixelated thing. Medium. I'm gonna turn low quality light shafts on too. Let's see what we can get away with. That's a little better. That's pretty good. It's not perfect in VR. It's like, it's a little off. But it's not terrible. The way they do reflections is kind of weird, I think. All right. This plane is just so darn good as far as like maintaining level flight. At least this version of it is. It's really impressive. Wonder how the real one feels compared to this, if it's like the one I was in or not. This is a much newer plane than what I was in. Trying to remember now what that Joker quote's from. I remember reading it in a comic, I think. But maybe it was just a picture somebody posted. So, let's see. We gotta figure out where we need to go. I think we go around this lake here and this next lake here. Guess I could pull up a map. Don't remember rightly where the valley we want is, but I think it might be way the heck up here somewhere. And then we can kind of come back down through here. Hey, how's it going? Just playing in VR, you know. Just things. I think I just saw a car drive into a hillside, so that was kind of fun. Yep, they're driving into hillsides. Excellent, excellent. I'm gonna start increasing power, gain a little altitude, take it back up to 5,000 RPMs. Yeah, I overclocked the snot out of my graphics card and optimized and spent a lot of time on it, and I'm able to get it to run now. Maybe not every plane well, but most of them. And I can stream while playing it. Although I still really need to get a better graphics card. This would run a lot more stable and look a lot prettier. But more importantly, the stable part. Let's see, what are we at? About 5,500 feet. I crazy? Where's the map at again? Okay, we want to follow that little river there. That's what I want to do. All right, we're gonna back the RPMs off now 100 feet before our goal. Take it back down. Let that. Should gain speed. Let's boost our altitude here real quick. I don't think you'd want to go much higher than this in real life in this plane. I was barely able to pull it off. I've got a 175 megahertz overclock, which doesn't sound like much, but you can't get much out of Pascal cards. And like 500 megahertz, which I think doubles on the RAM. So not too shabby. And optimize the hell out of this program, and it's barely pulling it off, but certain planes and certain locations just don't work. Alright, we're gonna turn up this valley here. But at least I got it working, and it really is better practice for reality by a long shot. Like I'm making... I noticed I make certain errors in VR that I make in real life more readily. And I notice things I don't notice in flat mode, like adverse yaw and whatnot, a lot better in VR because you have that depth perception of the plane moving around you. That's pretty cool. I actually got to go up in a real plane this weekend on Sunday. It was fun. I got to go. Pulled up just in the nick of time to go on a ride along in a J4 Cub. And it was very, very nice. Hopefully I will get to do it again sometime. That looks pretty good. All things considered. Yeah, dude, it was so fun. So much fun. Ooh. A little wind there. Something pushed us. Nice. That's awesome though, dude. How cool. I don't think I've ever gotten to do that, actually. I mean, I've been in motion sims, but it was like a ride thing, you know, not not a thing I was in control of. I think the closest I got was a particularly excellent arcade game, but it was like an over-the-top jet thing, so it was just like, ah! And it was pretty ingenious, actually, for an arcade thing. It was like a jet seat with the controls on like a tilt. It couldn't do back and forth, but it could do left and right rotation. It was so fun. I wish I remember what the heck it was. It'd be an awesome machine to get a hold of. And it was like over the top Ace Combat style shenanigans, but having it tilt made it very fun. There you go. Not everybody can say that, so that's awesome. I'm gonna come about a little bit. There we go. I don't think I'm climbing over these mountains. I think it takes some serious effort, if I remember correctly. Let me look at the map. We may have to go back the way we came. Unless we can, like, get around them somewhere over there, but it sure don't look like it. Maybe we had to go north around them all. That might be the problem. That's the important thing. So could it be damaged if you didn't control it well enough? Like a lot of abrupt movements and whatnot? You know what? Heck with it. Let's go over the mountains. Well, I need to make a choice. What do we got here? That's a pretty long distance to travel in this slow little thing. How far did we go? Well, you know what? We went pretty far already. Heck with it. We'll come about. Do they really? No kidding. That's funny. I didn't know that. That's fun. Wonder if I'll have enough room here for a turnabout. I think so. Not bad. Let it settle a bit. Oh my. That sounds very cool. Kind of wacky that they have a tendency to break like that, though. But I guess it's not completely surprising. Pour myself some Gatorade here. doing like the airplane equivalent of driving with my knees, which is not a thing I've ever tried to do in real life, and I don't think I ever will. So here we are. But this is a very stable little airplane. That's so cool though, man. I don't know, that's a thing that it's definitely on the list of things to do someday. Let's cut a little travel time off here. I'm gonna bring this back up to 5,000. We'll climb a smidge and go over this ridge. Okay, yeah, see, I could see that then. That's a lot. I could see that then. Man. That's a lot. Okay, we're gonna bring that back down. Let the nose come back down. Regain some of that speed. Looks good. Wish I could tell where the heck fuel is on this thing to see it. Doesn't that look low? That sure looks low. How's my fuel? Let's find out. I can't imagine I'm burning that much. We're gonna cheat and give ourselves fuel if we're running out. No! I don't think those work. I was gonna say, we should have started with like 3 hours of flight time. Oh man, that's a bummer. That makes sense though. How neat. I don't know, it sounds like a cool gig, man. It sounds like a cool gig. I don't know why I'm like shouting. I don't do this normally. Or maybe I do and I just don't realize it. Like a VR thing. I'm like, ah, let me just shout. I don't know, maybe I need to find something aviation adjacent. Or that would make it interesting. I'm gonna clear this ridge a little bit, or this slope rather, and then we'll head off in that direction. I don't know, I was in IT for education. I don't know if I want to do more of that or not. And there's some things about it that I really like. I Thing is so pitch sensitive. Goodness gracious. Okay, so I'm thinking we head up around these and we might be able to get over this, but that looks like more mountain. Or we head up to here and then we'll take this valley down. I think there's actually like, there's maybe an airfield in here somewhere. You ought to be able to make it that far. This is really pleasant. I mean, this would be way better in flat mode because we get to see how pretty it is, but it's really nice to fly in VR this way. We could play around with bumping their quality up a little bit, though, I suppose. I wonder. Oh, well, there you go. That's pretty cool. That is really cool, actually. Wish we could get some trees a little bit further out. Oh well. Where are we at? I'm just gonna leave this up here. In fact, I'm gonna put this down here to look at. That's what I'm gonna do. Here's a little map. Up that way, maybe? Around that ridge. Or that ridge. Not sure which. Let's head in that direction. Hey, thank you. Much appreciated. I think it's just going to be a matter of finding myself something IT related that doesn't drain all my energy and isn't completely boring. The school was kind of like that for a while. It's constantly popping up. Oh my god. I should have thought of this. I don't want to go into the menus to get rid of the little Steam status pop-ups. Because it's brutal. It's brutal. We could try it real quick so it stops bothering us. But it sure tanks the frame rate, let me tell you. I honestly don't even know. I've never bothered to look where it's hidden, so I don't feel like fumbling through the menus for a few minutes while we figure that out. I think I might chance what that was. I think I might chance turning a few things up, quality-wise. Just to see, since we're up here right now, it may not hurt us too bad. Oceans, Lake, Servers, and Red. I'd like to turn that up. Buildings, I'm going to keep to low. I'm going to keep all this stuff to low. I'm going to boost... I think it's the terrain level of detail. This is for other objects. I'm looking for whatever thing makes trees go out a little further, and I think I might have just found it. Doesn't that seem like that put them out further? Yes. I think it did. Just a bit. We can tell that for sure by doing this. This will definitely kill our frame rate, but... No. Interesting. Okay. That is interesting. I literally have no idea what slider controls the distance at which trees render. How interesting is that? Try objects. I'm not going to touch any of that stuff. Take these both up to 50. This might be a hard-coded limit for all we know. In VR, it might be limiting the range at which trees render to give us a little more performance. It's very fascinating. I'm going to take that back down because I don't think I care much. Doesn't seem to be hurting anything. I wonder if we turn trees up to high. What brutality will that inflict upon my poor frame rate? Ooh, they look spiffy. Yeah, they render a little bit further then. Yep, that's the one. Okay. Good to know. Let's try that for now. We'll see how it does. I don't know how that's going to hurt me frame rate wise. What's interesting is the tree setting, the low, medium, high, it also affects the quality of them. When you turn them to low, they render at the same distance as medium, but they're like derp mode trees, like complete blocky mess, and they don't look at all like trees. Whereas that looks really good. So it looks like past medium, it controls the density of trees at range and how far out they go. We need to figure out where the heck we are. Yeah, we're going around that mountain ridge line there, and then we should see a lake, and we're gonna follow the lake. We're gonna keep an eye on our fuel. Since the in-cockpit thing sure doesn't seem to be telling me much. We got a good bit of fuel. That's supposed to be a functional gauge, but it's not. It just looks like it's empty. Unless that's what it does. I don't know. Maybe you're not supposed to go below that much. But we have, like, according to the thing, we should have about 2 to 3 hours of flight time. We didn't start that long ago, did we? I don't even know. That looks pretty solid. So it should be this valley. I think I already see the lake. We're gonna make a left. I'm gonna check. Oh, that's pretty handy. I don't remember. I think it's like up here somewhere. There's an airfield. Somewhere thereabouts. Everything looks good though. What a neat area. That's gracious. Oh no, are they up to that again? Yeah, I wouldn't pay too much attention to them. They're sad, man. They lost their buddy. Bestest friends. Interesting little road. Oh, look, there's like a scenic turnoff. That's so cool. Wonder what the view is like from there. Betcha it's cool. I am going to begin descending, as I believe this is where we want to go. I'm going to take it back down to 4,000 RPMs. Look how easy this plane is to operate. Oh, good grief. Just put a little back pressure on that stick. Not interested in gaining or losing speed. That little like some sandbars there where that little stream running between these two lakes kind of whips around. That's fun. Let's see, so we're crossing 6,000 feet. I don't know how high elevation is on this here lake. I wonder if that's a dam across the lake, or what is that? Or is that just geometry errors? Hard to say. Hello! Texas is big, man. There's a lot of landmass. Look at this little town. How cool. What a... I wonder what it's like in real life over there. I'm gonna have to look at that up on a map now. Bet you the scenery is beautiful. Little random mountain towns. Where do we have 0 COVID cases? In the Cincinnati area? Because that would be swell. Weird geometry there on that cliff. Alright, we're coming up on 5,700 feet. Tail number on this plane? What is my tail number? Goodness gracious, I don't even remember. 00 X-ray 00 Charlie Tango Delta. I was being facetious with my Windows error message style tail number. Call sign Charlie Tango Delta. Somehow I don't believe North Korea when they tell me they don't have any COVID cases. I'm just saying. Something tells me. Call it a hunch. God, I'm not over this yet in VR. Like the cockpit, glass, strut, wing. It's great. It's so geeky. It's great. I love it. Spatial awareness. It's the wonderful feature of VR. I feel like I need to gain a little altitude here. Wow, it's pretty. This is real darn pretty. I think it's that larger area to the south of us that contains a airfield, so I think we still have a ways to go. Let's see how our fuel's doing. 25%, we're fine. Let's see, we started at like 50%, so we've used half our, so we got like an hour and a half of flight time remaining if we're careful. Destination, not 100% sure yet. This is kind of some seat of the pants bush flying. I believe there is an airfield. I'm in the Glacier National Park, and I'm heading down this valley, and I think when we get out of it, there will be an airfield in this larger valley we're heading towards. But I don't remember what it's called. I just remember seeing it on the map. We took off from Ryan Airfield. We may return to that. Which was, I don't remember what it was. It was like 2MT1 or something along those lines. And if I can't find another airfield, that's where I'm going to head back to. Neat little mountain airfield. Alright, we're climbing through 5,500. I just want a little altitude because I don't know if there's going to be a ridge ahead of me or not because I never came this way before. We may even want to consider slowing up to conserve fuel if we don't find another airfield. You almost got him beat, bro. I think gaining altitude was a smart choice. That seems like exactly where to head to. At least till we figure out what's on the other side of this valley. Climbing through 6,600 at the moment. I'll go past this ridge line and then take a peek at what is beyond. I love the... Alright. Gotta have your radio voice going, man. Oh, look at this like stream here. Coming out of the mountain. That's cool. I think we want to head that away. I'm not 100% sure. Where are we trying to get? Oh, yeah, dude. I know. Actually, what is mine set? I don't even know what mine's set to right now. It's at 2992. I'm gonna set it. I'm gonna set it to that. I'm doing it. Was it 30.01? I'm gonna level off. Our nose down a bit. There we go. Done it. I've set it. See, it was off. Thank you. We were not set appropriately for the area. I don't feel like I'm finding an airfield, though. So I could be wrong. You know, it's over there. Okay. So we're just heading back to our, to 2MT1 here, and we should have more than enough fuel for that trip. And that is going to make, I think we're going to make that no problem. Let me check my fuel. Yeah, we should be fine. The time we're making. I'm hitting some turbulence over this ridgeline here a little bit. Just a smidge. My concern is I'm not quite where I want to be. I think we're going to be heading that direction in a minute. No, I don't even know. Do I? Let's see. That's my avionics. I don't think I do. Not in this poor little thing. This is just a cub. Not much to it. Oh my god, Steam, stop telling me these things. I don't care. Yeah. What are you? Well, wait a minute. Nope, not sure. Here we go. I do. Apparently, anyway. Whatever it's set to a default. So it looks like it's a 1200. I don't know what else. What else can I do with this? I've not really messed with this. No idea, but I'm getting turbulence, so I'm gonna fly the plane. My actual distance to the airfield, I'm not 100% sure. I am here on the map, a couple of miles. I could contact it and find out. Let's see. Because I think that's still the easiest one to get to, because otherwise we gotta fly over several ridges. Which way are we headed right now? I don't remember which one I took off from. Actually, a plane behind me. I'm gonna head off that way? Question mark? Yeah, we gotta turn to the right. I think we want to land on runway heading 16.
Mike Tango 1 traffic Savage
18 miles.
X-ray 00 Charlie Tango Delta 18 miles north 7,300 feet inbound to land runway 16.
Not too far. With about 20% of a tank of fuel left. I think we'll make it. I'm deviating to the right. Actually, I didn't catch them. I don't know where they are. I saw them on the map very briefly, but I couldn't spot them. I think they just kind of disappeared. Fix that wire. There we go. Okay. So we're back to the lake. Wait till you see what I'm planning to fly after this. I just got to decide where I'm going to fly it from and to, and it's going to have some very stringent requirements on the terrain. Just barely. I am learning, I'm actually learning to fly gliders. Somewhat slowly, thanks to COVID and then a bad winter. But, learning to fly gliders, but what I want to learn is powered airplanes, and I have only barely dabbled in real life. But the goal is to eventually formally train and get a pilot's license. I actually got to go up in a ride-along this weekend in a Piper J4. Similar to this, much older, the original Pipers. And it's the side-by-side model, not the inline model. And it was very fun. That guy's low. Wonder what he's... Oh, okay, he's in a Nikon A5. That makes sense. Well, we now know what altitude the lake's at, so that's helpful information. Nice, dude. Yeah, I went to my local glider port for our monthly get together and rolled up at exactly the right time. They come rolling down the runway and they're like, "Hey, come here. Get in the plane." So that was good timing. I think we're going to want to drop a bit. If for no other reason than I'm going to take a closer look at this guy floating around in an Icon A5. Alright, I'm going to turn on the tracking mode so that our little map down here gives us a better Oh, I can give you the Discord. Give me a second. That's hard to accomplish right now. In VR, it's somewhat difficult. Especially while flying. It may not look it by how well this is running right now, but my computer is basically maxed out over there just to make this happen. And if I do anything else, it's going to turn into a slideshow. VR is not easy to run. All right, I'm going to back my throttle off real quick. I need to get a, what I need to get is a stream deck, and then when someone asks me for my Discord thing, I can just poke a button and it'll post it in chat. That'd be quite excellent, really. This is the thing I need to work on. I need to do one of the, like the community flight controller thing and start learning that. We were talking about that actually on the weekend. Is that I was talking to a guy who did flight training for years and years and years, and he was saying one of the biggest things he sees with sim pilots coming into it is that they don't want to talk to the flight controller because they haven't gotten used to it because they don't really have to. And luckily I'm streaming this, so I'm used to talking while flying, but I should get into that and start doing the lingo. Oh, I went a little too low. Look at me not paying attention. I'm not paying attention at all. There we go. It's okay. We'll regain a little bit of altitude as the plane settles. Probably get that last 100 feet back. I'm just hanging out down there on the lake. I don't rightly recall what altitude this airfield was at. Wonder how close it'd have to be to get him to load up. I'm gonna zoom my map in a little bit. It's like we might have to come at it from the south. We're gonna have to look when we get there. Does it actually say somewhere? I don't know if it does. You know what? Alright, we're gonna chance this because we're pretty stable right now. I'm gonna pause. Check it out. I'm gonna pull away the curtain here. And there's my controller tracks. Any day now. This stuff doesn't kill it too bad. Where is it at? I'm still not used to reading this website. Coordinates 3660. 3660. Okay. Yeah, I know, I need to mess with it more. SkyVector is an awesome website. That's about where we want to be, is 3660 to land, but we'll have to see when we see it. I think we're going to come out around this, and it'll be kind of over there. In the kind of little valley there. Oh, really? Nice. Yeah, I love that. I love that picture. It looks so good on my monitor. And I have a largish 1440p monitor, and then like a normal sized 1080p monitor. Because of the scaling, all right, I really want that to go away. I'm really tired of it. Steam. I'm gonna need that to stop. I gotta check that after this stream. I just don't know where that setting is. Really tired of it. But because of the way it's scaled, it looks like it's kind of a wave and then another smaller wave after it. I don't know, it amused me. We're gonna zoom in a little bit here. I think it's like over there somewhere. I believe I am going to begin descending so I get a closer look. I'll go down to what? 5,000 maybe. Oh, I don't want to spoil the surprise. It's a very silly plane. But I really, really want to fly it in VR some more because I had really fun with it yesterday. I think that might be it out there, but I'm not 100% on that. Not sure. This might be a really hard airport to land at. I'm not 100% on that. I'm gonna take this thing down lower and descend faster. It's like over there somewhere. Is that it? That might be it. I'm gonna keep it at 3,500 and trim it out and start getting it set for landing. I believe that's where we want to land, but I need to see for sure. Give it a little more juice. I dare say that's the place. But I don't know. That's a tricky landing. We could try this. I don't know how it's gonna go. We need to get a little bit lower though. That was weird. Like reversed where I was looking there for a second. Oh, I know, right? No, that's a cool program. Getting some tracking errors. It's weird. Go to that. We're going to start slowing up. We'll start descending to maintain speed. What are we at? All right, so we're about 1,000 feet over the airfield now. Hey, thank you. We'll try. Might be a really sloppy landing, and I think I'm landing downhill, which is not the best. But we'll see. Sure isn't a heck of a lot of clearance over here, that's for sure. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save that last tick of flaps. I'm gonna come about now. I feel like I'm too low. Do I look too low? I look too low, don't I? My derptastic landings. I gotta work on these. I don't fly this plane very often, though. All right, this seems good. There we go. Not bad. I'll pull off. That was really fun. That was a cool bush flight. All right. So, yeah, not too bad, right? So before we start flying something else, I don't know what the shutdown procedure. I took a screenshot. Apparently, that was cool, right? I don't know what the screenshot the screenshot procedure on this plane. Gosh darn it! Do we have a shutdown procedure? I want to shut it off. No, of course they don't tell you that. Probably just turn these bad boys off. Let's see. Yeah, that'll do it. I don't know if that was right, but I did it. Turn that off. Hey! Cool. How long was that flight? Hour, 20 minutes? Not bad, not bad. Ah! Goes into cross-eyed mode. That makes sense. I'm not sure that the model they put in here has a leaning thing on it. I haven't been able to find it yet. But like I said, I haven't played that plane much, so I don't know. You would think after 90 hours of flying around, I would have used that plane some, but not much. It's a very simple plane. All right, give me 1 minute. You see what I said about frame rates? Oh god, it's brutal. Brutal. All right, I'm gonna hide this real quick because I'm doing things behind the scenes. All right. So you have asked for a Discord. This is my Discord server. It is a work in progress. But I'm happy to have people join me there. Give me one moment. I am finding that dumb thing and turning it off. I don't want to hear about my people notifications. Off. I think I found it. Okay. Let's open this back up. There we go. I'm back. Okay. What the heck? VR? Yep, I got it working. Through great effort. Oh my. It took a lot of work. Alright, so we're gonna fly something fun. But we gotta find somewhere to fly it, somewhere nice and flat. Like very nice and flat. What about let's go to England. Some nice picturesque flat countryside. Right. Or we could do near Cincinnati, since I know the area. Let's do that, because this plane is gonna be like, hey, I don't know where I'm going. We're gonna do that. No, I just made everybody excited by saying we're going to going to Cincinnati. Woo! We're going to England, but we're not. We're going to Cincinnati. All right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna make it clear skies, because the hell with anything else, and we're gonna make it the middle of the day. All right, there it is. Where are you at? Where are you at, plane? Come on. I'm rolling past all these very exciting planes, straight to this one. Derp. Here, we need to go back real quick though. We need the options, because we got to turn this bad boy down. Hype! So much hype. Much hype, very well. Alright, we need to turn the aircraft engines and miscellaneous down, or we're going to be deafened by this absurdly loud plane. And we may have to turn it down even more. I'm not sure yet. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I was so excited. I flew this yesterday, and I actually flew it well. Like textbook flight and landing. It was wonderful. I couldn't believe it. This is gonna be great. It'll be so good. I cannot wait. Oh, and we need to set the throttle to like not minimum. All right, folks, here we go. Let's do this. It's so hard. Even getting this off the ground is difficult. Okay, we're off the ground. And now our job is to stay near the ground and stay in the ground effect for as long as physically possible. Nope, that's too high. I want to stall. Because we need speed. We need lots of speed. I'm probably already out of the ground effect, but that's okay. I'm just gonna roll with it, because this, you gotta just let this plane do things. We're getting pushed. We're getting pushed hard. Now we're gonna let that wind pushing us this way do our work for us. It's a very, very hard plane to fly. This is the Glacier. This is the plane that crossed the English Channel for the first time in history. And it's very old. And flying it is a very interesting experience, and it does not behave like a plane typically does these days. Most of your controls are done with rudders. And as you can see, it's not very fast. Yeah, I need to turn it down more. It's like a lawnmower engine. Let me get this under control here real quick. Okay. We're turning this down. It's so loud. Some of these planes don't really obey the volume correctly. You gotta really turn them down. All right, back to controlling the plane. That should be a lot better. There, we gotta call ATC real quick and request permission for things. I am literally full stick forward right and pushing in the rudder just to keep this thing from rolling around wildly. It's pretty great in VR though. This is spectacular. No altimeter of any kind. No speed. Very much seat of the pants. Well, that's actually a plane coming into Lunken right now, I think. In real life. If you look really closely, you can actually see ignition occurring in the engine there. Little red flashes. And the rods moving up and down. I love it. Yes. Definitely. Woo. This is very much seat of the pants flying. What direction should we go? Should we go towards the city or away from it? I don't know. Traffic, 12 o'clock. I hate to say it, but the traffic's gonna have to get out of my way. I'm the one in the antique. Also, I can't move this thing that well. I'm amazed. I'm amazed I'm actually here. I don't know what my maximum altitude is, so I should probably be careful about that. But we are still climbing. Just a bit. Come back, come back, come back, come back. Okay, there we go. This is so funny. It's so fun to fly. Now we're gonna go this way. So turns in this thing, contrary to modern airplane technique, were done very flat, like with almost no bank. Because it was just not a good idea to bank this airplane. So this is a turn. It's very exciting. Woo! A lot of concentration involved in this. I am dancing on the pedals. This plane, it's not a good idea, but the upgraded one actually can do stalls and some very light maneuvering, and it actually flies more like a real plane. But this plane is so dangerous, you don't really want to do much. Its stall speed is so low, too. I mean, we're not moving fast at all. The other one is really fun to do stalls and stuff in, though. There's the later, more upgraded version that actually has power, and it's a pretty damn awesome plane. Where's the highways at? I don't even know where I am. Goodness gracious, it's wibbly wobbly. I'm just surprised this is going as well as it is. If I could locate 71, we could take it all the way up to my glider port and try to land it there, but that would take a while. At 32 knots, that would be a slow flight. So we may just hang out in the vicinity and look around. Perhaps we'll make our way over to the city. That could be fun, right? Woo, come back. There we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's such a wibbly wobbly plane. Good grief. Let me try to gain a little more altitude. Alright, we'll try a stall, but it's probably gonna kill us. I think it's starting to. Doing weird stuff. I'm not powering it off, I'm gonna tell you that much right now. We're doing a power on stall. Yeah, there we go. That's about all you get out of it. Here, I need to back this thing off and loosen the controls here a little bit so I can actually pump them a bit. There we go. All right, get you back under control. Let's see. I'm gonna try it again. There it goes. It kind of goes into a weird little lazy half spin, but it's stall speed. And it's so low that you can't spin the poor thing. because it'll just come right out of it. Like, that's a spin. I'm literally just pulling the stick back. Oh, boy. Woohoo! There we go. That was pretty good. Oh, yeah, no, it has no lift. It's barely sufficient to get off the ground. It sure doesn't go fast. I want to say the stall speed on this is 17 miles per hour, I think was what it said. Let's do it again. We're gonna do it again. There we go. Not bad, actually, considering what it is. All right, so we're gonna come in and try to land this one. I'll take up the upgraded one that you can actually do stunts in. Well, not really, but you can do stalls and try to do spins, and it's not horrible. I need to fly the Spitfire some more too, because that thing is just glorious. All right, where the hell is the airfield in relation to us right now? It's like right under us, I think. That it over there? We're really doing good for altitude, though. I think this is the highest I've ever had this plane. Not shabby. We're some altitude. I don't know what. 1,000 feet? 1,500? This might be 2,000. I don't know. We're doing pretty good. It's maybe 1,500 to 2,000 feet. Not shabby at all. All right, we're gonna descend. Wow, that came down quick. Good grief. All right, there's the airfield. So we're gonna hang out near it. Yeah, I know it's doing pretty good. It can't go very high. It might only be like 4,000 to 5,000 feet, maybe tops. I'll have to look it up later, but it's going to take us a while to get down there is our main issue right now. Because if we put the engine too low, it will die. Goodness gracious, we're getting moved around by something. Some airflow here. Okay, let's keep the plane under control. Good grief, what is hitting me? There's just like gusts of all shapes and sizes. Nice thing is we could try to land it in a field if we have to, but I prefer not. All right, we need to head over that way. Okay, we're gonna stick to this. No. Yes, it's very slow. All right, we're gonna start coming around. Getting some real frame rate issues here. Dense trees and stuff over here. Woo-wee. Here we go. No, no. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I think I did it. I think I did it. The tail's on the ground. I did it. It worked. Woo. And I am not dumb enough to touch the brakes on this thing. I don't even know if the real one had them. There we go. That was a 24-minute flight. I think that's also the longest I've ever flown that plane. I think it's a lot of darn work. Hello? Hello, hello? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Luckily, I got this microphone. You guys hear me okay now? Yeah, that didn't go well. VR completely crashed out, so we are quite thoroughly screwed for the moment. Yes, so I was about to stop for the evening anyway, so I'm going to stop there. Seems like a good time to stop. Yeah, well, you know, it's VR, and then I'm also overclocked my graphics card like crazy just to get this to work, so I'm not surprised that happened. But I'll go ahead and stop here for the evening, but I'm glad you all have been enjoying. What I was saying was that I will not be on tomorrow, but I will be on Thursday, definitely by 7 p.m. Eastern time Thursday. Probably play some more of this in VR again, because I'm just having too much damn fun with it. And then I'm going to try to be on in the afternoon Thursday playing some other stuff, because there's a couple other things I've been wanting to stream, but I'm just having too much fun playing Flight Simulator lately. But thank you all again for coming out. I really appreciate it. And everybody have a good evening, and I'll talk to you later.